Nah, that's not true at all, man. Xbox superior game system for one. I've had an Xbox since the
That's
PlayStation
the
1.
same thing. That's the same thing Android people
I
say.
never after PlayStation. You're the first person I ever heard say Xbox is similar to Android. Now you got me. You're probably right though, because you're probably right.
Because PS5 like them age. Yeah, but I was Xbox all the way first too. I just switched over.
When did you switch? PS5?
4.
Or were you PS4?
Yeah.
What made you do it? Was it a game or just to switch it up?
We started playing in a league, which was fire. I wish I still had time to do that shit, man. Like the Madden league, the college league.
Could have been college.
It was the Madden at first, but then niggas got too serious for me. Like I couldn't. Like niggas had time to practice, and the niggas was practicing and had little plays that always worked and shit. Like nigga, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Like they had these little spam plays. They would go online and like look at niggas that was cold and do that. Shit. Like man, I'm trying to do all of that shit.
Yeah, you said I'm
like niggas was drafting all the way through to the 7th round and shit. Like man, come on, bro. All right, dog, y'all got it. I'm out. Y'all got this shit, my
nigga. Shit, man. I got a random question. I was just scrolling through IG before we started.
Yeah.
Is 50 Cent the worst dressed rapper of all time?
Ooh.
That nigga fits be disgusting.
His fits are gross.
And I'm not even talking about, I don't even want to say all time, but present day.
Because
there's some nasty fits. There were some nasty fits back in the day, but that was a product of the era. You know?
Yeah.
Even then, but today
he wasn't bodying it then either though.
I saw him with a maroon like blazer with the bullshit design on it that you got from the store in the mall. Like today's men type of store, one of them with the white shirt and all white fitted.
Yeah, like medium shit like that.
Yeah, like the K&G shit. I'm like, what the fuck this nigga got on?
That's nasty right there.
Disgusting.
Yeah, 50, he in the ranks. Joe up there early, Joe Budden.
You think somebody tells him hold on. Yeah, they got a whole page called Joe Budden Fits.
Yeah,
do you think, let me ask you a question. Do you think somebody around 50 tells him he dressed terribly and he don't give a fuck? Or do you think nobody's telling him that you look terrible?
Nobody's there to tell him. I don't think nobody's brave enough to tell him. He seemed like
niggas might not be able to dress either, though.
He seemed like the nigga that's so petty that if you told him that, he'll cut you off.
That's a fact. That's fair.
He's that type of petty nigga. Like even when even when you got a girl, like you have a different sense of style. So like I feel like because your girl is like she was like, nah, do this instead of that. Like you listen because I mean that's what they do. I feel like even his girl couldn't tell him. Like, nah, put this on. And like, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, that's the type of nigga that he come off as to me.
Nah, that's a fair point. It's just, I'm astonished to this day. Every new fit he brings out, it gets worse and worse. And I guess that's what threw me off. No, I'm dead ass. Like that's what threw me off because I looked at it and I'm like, that's nasty. You meeting with politicians and business owners. Like that's disgusting. Like nobody's telling you that, and I couldn't believe it. But
that's funny.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all hear the voices. Book 2, Chapter 59. Another week in the books. I'm your host Rich, joined by the legend Spike Lou. Lou, how you feeling?
Hey man, feeling good, feeling great. Another week in the books.
Absolutely, man. Chapter 59, which is crazy when I was typing it. Like, man, we just kind of flying through these.
59 of these joints.
But obviously, y'all know we had the pop-up event in Nashville. We'll get to that in a minute. It's going to be a shorter episode. We're going to talk about Mo's memo and the whole theme behind that. And then we'll also talk about Nashville and, us finally linking up for the first time and just the process of that and what that was like. And that's gonna kind of be our episode, unless some other things pop up. I do actually have one thing I want to bring up to you, but it might be on the shorter side this week. But you never know. We say that, and then it ends up being 2 hours. So we'll see how this pans out. Shout out to all the bookworms out there.
I had something I wanted to talk to you about too, but I remember what the fuck it was. No.
Yeah, if you get to it, it's cool. But shout out to the bookworms out there. We appreciate y'all. Like I said before, we did get a comment from YouTube.
Okay.
At Acash HHNM, if I'm saying that, Acash HNHM. I think happiness really is a choice you make. I think most, if not all of us, have everything we need in our lives right now to be happy, but it's human nature to not recognize it. I find that gratitude meditation really helps. I think happy, content, comfortable, etc. all mean different things. People don't like saying people don't like saying they're content because it makes them feel like they're settled and can't strive for more. Comfort is good too, but I think a lot of growth and in turn more happiness comes from being uncomfortable. It's an interesting conversation, and I appreciate the perspectives you both brought. This is the first episode I checked out after being an ITMSO. Is the mic still on, listener? And I loved it. We'll continue to check out the show. Thanks. We appreciate that.
Appreciate that, man. Shouts out to the crossover fans, man. All the crossover fans.
Just about to say that.
It's the best way to get people.
Yeah, just about to say that, man. We appreciate that because I love hearing from the usual suspects, but I was surprised when I'm like, hold on, have we heard from them before? So thank you, man. Continue to join. Let us know your thoughts. We'll share them on here. You know, we like to interact with the bookworms anyway, so always looking for a good co-author with a good story to tell.
Facts. Is that how you find podcasts? I was talking to David last week, and he asked me, what you laughing at?
I love the idea that you think I'm looking for podcasts.
That's why I asked, because I know you don't. I know you don't. So how do you find podcasts? Because David had to ask me an interesting question. He genuinely wanted to know. He listens to Earn Your Leisure, and he listened to like a couple sports podcasts based off the Titans. But he asked me, he was like, so how do people find y'all? Like, do you have to just be in the know? And it was an interesting question. I was like, you know what?
No, that's
like, it can be, because I'll tell you this. All of the clips, like people say, oh, clips. I don't think a clip has ever made me go listen to a podcast. Like, I look at the clips, but I don't go, like, if it's somebody I see somewhere that's interesting, then I just go watch it wherever it's at. I ain't gonna look at the clip. But if I get a clip from Joe and Jay, like, I ain't never looked at or listened to a full Joe and Jay episode. I ain't never listened to It Is What It Is full episode, or I listened to a couple $1 million worth of games episodes. But it ain't clips that do it. Like, you have to mention it, or it'd be an ad in a podcast that I already listened to, or somebody would have to tell me about it. Is that how you genuinely find yours? Genuinely, excuse me.
I was gonna say two things. The first one, I agree with you. I never had a clip. The clips kind of tell me whatever I need to know. I just need to watch that moment. Now, there have been, like, recently, All the Smoke baseball. Like, some of those clips that made me want to tap in. Yeah, All the Smoke got a baseball feed.
Who on there?
It's Matt Barnes, but he'll have other MLB players. So they did one on Eric Davis, who was a Reds legend.
I remember Eric Davis.
Yeah, man.
Number 25.
That's your era. He's number 40, number 44.
He won 25. He was 25 somewhere.
He went to Baltimore later. He went somewhere else.
Yeah. I remember Eric Davis, man.
But he got some good.
My bad. Go ahead. I just said Red used to slick be my squad. They used to show their games locally in Nashville. So I remember Barry Larkin, Eric Davis. I used to fuck with the Reds.
Yeah, man. Cincinnati kids, man. Shout out to the Reds. But they got that. So those clips make me interested just because I like that. But for real, man, I'm too busy trying to build our own shit to really go out and look up for other podcasts. And I don't mean that in some kind of like braggadocious way. I just literally mean there's no way that I can help us build what we're doing if I'm spending my time looking at other people. Now, that doesn't mean I can't study them, but I also don't even want to. If I'm studying anything, I'm studying business plans. I don't need to study how you do your thing because that's your style, and everybody got their own different style and their different voice. And I think people lose their way when they try to be something that they're not. You know, so I see this other podcast similar. Let me try to emulate. It doesn't work like that. But either way, as far as finding new podcasts, it's got to be something I stumble across. I only listen to a couple podcasts. And even right now at this present time, those podcasts I haven't listened to in quite some time. You know what I mean? I'll check out our stuff, but not even all the time. Like, I'll kind of peek in and out. But I am trying to get better about that. And as I'm looking through my stuff, the last podcast that I probably found was this past August. It's called Aha Moments with Elliot Connie. And they're 5-minute episodes, man. And they're just real. It's almost like what we do in a very condensed moment. Like, so he had an episode last week called Reestablish Trust. Research sources, sign of negative impacts, like just little small 5-minute episodes that he calls aha moments, shares lessons from his life and his experiences. He's a psychotherapist.
Black
and
or
it
white?
just helps black, and it helps you change your perspective. So that's the last thing, because it sounded interesting. I heard him as a guest on Higher Learning with Van and Rachel.
Okay.
And he mentioned it. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's only 5 minutes, so that should be pretty easy. And it's been dope.
Yeah.
But that's the last one, and that was last summer. So a lot of stuff, just like anything else, I kind of fall in and out. But that's only because I'm spending other time doing our shit. Because if it wasn't for that, I would be more tapped into a lot of different things.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, man. But that is interesting that you mentioned, because when Culture Garden first started growing, that was one of the main things I would ask anybody. Like, how did you find us? And what's crazy is a lot of people be like, I don't know, it just kind of stumbled into it. I know we found a lot of people from We Got Y'all when we did Insecure. Like, people who followed us on Insecure, We Got Y'all, they found Culture Garden and crossed over like that. But there are some people, like the earliest people that I can remember that we still like locked in with, they always be like, man, I don't know, it just kind of stumbled across. So I've always been wondering how those algorithms work.
Same here. Because either mine is something somebody suggested to me, or I heard them on somebody else's podcast and they was a guest. Just general stuff, like in true crime shit. I listen to true crime, so it's like a new story pop up. Like, I go browse that every now and then and listen to like one of them Dateline stories or some shit.
So I found myself enjoying true crime, but it has to be a certain time of the day and all other. Like, I'm weird in the sense of I don't want to be going to bed like just finishing listening to a true crime or something like that. It's just something about it. It's got to be a morning, daytime type of thing where I can process it properly, versus having it on the last thing I think about before I go to sleep. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, man, we appreciate, like I said before, everybody tuned in. We want to talk about Mo's memo, but before we do, I want to ask you a question. And have a brief conversation about this. I want to get your thoughts on Jayden Ivey. This has been fascinating, man. This has been something that's been I had my eye on the past couple of days, and what was going on with him. For those who don't know, Jayden Ivey is an NBA player. He played college basketball at the Purdue University in Indiana. His mom is the Notre Dame women's basketball head coach, Chapter Ivey. She played at Notre Dame as well. He's drafted by the Detroit Pistons. Shout out to AB. And he was a very promising prospect. I think he was drafted top 10. And he was playing on the Bulls this year. And people were noticing a change in his behavior. And I even saw a basketball clip that it just looked like somebody who was playing street yard ball. Like, he was just bouncing up and down, threw a bullet pass to his teammate that was like 5 yards away. This is like last week or so. So it just seemed like something was going on. And he recently was waived because he went on a rant about the LGBTQ plus community and how they weren't going to heaven, and the NBA for supporting them. I forget the exact term or exact words, but going in that sense, and the Bulls waived him for conduct detrimental to the team. Now, this has sparked a debate or conversation about freedom of speech and how there are plenty of people in the NBA or plenty of players who have done certain things or had certain stances, and they're still allowed to get a paycheck. However, they're pretty much saying it's anti-Christian. What they're doing, anti-Christian. Like, he's speaking about God and religion, and he's being punished for it. What I want to, or the flip side of it is, the Bulls are saying it wasn't necessarily that. It wasn't that he was that. He said there's internal issues. He destroyed the locker room sanctuary. Constant preaching made players uncomfortable. Religious rhetoric pressed upon teammates daily. Press being the key word. Told players who was righteous and who was unrighteous, so he's judging them. Bulls reportedly viewed the behavior as weirdness in the workplace, and I think that's the key. That was a quote used.
They said he would also, to add to what you said, they say he would also ask reporters when they ask some questions, did they fornicate before marriage?
Yeah,
were they living a life of sin?
Yeah. So the interesting thing to me is I'm all free speech. I mean, obviously we have microphones and we want the space to say what we feel at all times. I'm also one of those people that, hey, say what you want, deal with whatever consequences come with it. You should be able to read the room enough or read the world enough to know if you say certain things, somebody gonna be on your ass. Like we've done it even on podcasts we've been on where I've said it, you said it, like they're gonna get us for this. Because there's certain things that just aren't acceptable to say anymore. So by all means, have at it if you don't care about that stuff. But the interesting thing about this whole story is this is the workplace, bro. Like this is the workplace, and I want to pass it over to you to get your thoughts on this because
he wasn't in the workplace though.
He wasn't in the workplace with that video, but he wasn't. But he wasn't waived for the video. He was waived for conduct detrimental to the team. Huh. So you can get away with that. That might fall under it, but it's all the other stuff I listed too. Where pretty much, hey, you're making the people that you work with uncomfortable every day. And you being weird. Is that a good enough reason to waive somebody and cut off their livelihood?
Yeah, I think
all
so.
That to set this up.
Yeah, I think so because, again, like you said, freedom of speech. Yeah, you have free speech, but people also have the freedom to persecute you the way that they want to once you say what's on your mind. Like you don't get freedom of reprimand. So if you feel like if it's that heavy on your heart, then all power to you. Like lose your job, lose your 8-figure salary. Like that's on you if you think it's that important. And obviously to him it was, but I don't think the Bulls overreacted. I think if he was a quality player, if he had been playing quality minutes, then it would have been like, hey, bro, yeah, we're gonna give you a 2-week suspension. We don't stand by this. Go sit over there for a minute. Similar to Kyrie. Like those are two examples of the groups you just can't speak out against. Like that's just the unwritten laws of America nowadays. Like it's two groups that we don't have to mention, and we all know who we're talking about that you can't say anything against. So it's going to be all hell or hot water. And Kyrie said Kyrie alluded to something about that one of the groups, and now we got Jayden. Or is it Jalen? Which one is it? Jayden or
Jayden? I think Jayden. Yeah.
And now Jayden said something about the other group, and I mean consequences come with that. I think Kyrie lost his Nike deal.
Yeah, he did.
That's like consequences come. He started playing moccasins and shit. But consequences.
You see, he was
nigga was playing in the what's the joints?
He took his shoes
with the rubber bottom.
Nigga
was playing in Wallabies. He was playing in Wallabies.
It looked like that. Yeah, he was putting his own because I guess he's I believe he's part Native American. I forget which and I don't know which tribe. I know that's very specific. But yeah, he was designing his own Nike shoes, like removing the logo or covering them up and putting his own design on them. So I forgot about that till you said it. You made a great point, which is if you're gonna be that much of a headache, you got to be really, really, really good.
Be good, bro.
Because there are people who are headaches and people who people don't get along with, but they're really good at what they do, and that's why they get to stick around. And I think that that's just the way of life when it comes to business in the workplace, right? That's what it is.
I told you I'm watching Mad Men now. That's what the whole series of Mad Men is about. Like Don Draper is he's a terrible human being, treats people terrible, comes to work late, but he's really fucking good at what he does. And everybody looks at him like a god. So this nigga can take a 2-hour nap from 9:30 to 11:30 and supposed to have been in a meeting, and everybody will be like, oh, I mean, it's Don Draper. This nigga can drink 5 drinks in the office and be lit. It's Don Draper. You're gonna come up with something great later. So yeah, I agree with you. You got to be really, really, really good. Well, you can't even just be good. You got to be really good, damn near irreplaceable at what you do to be able to speak your mind like that.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor. Like, go back and look at Lawrence Taylor stories. There's a Lawrence Taylor story about when Bill Parcells was defensive coordinator. Lawrence Taylor would come in late. He would go on the floor, sleep during meetings. Bill Belichick, he woke him up. I think he woke up Lawrence Taylor, told him get his ass up, pay attention. I think he went to tell Bill Parcells, and Bill Parcells said something along the lines of, "Well, what you wake him up for?" Like that's Lawrence Taylor, bro. That's still to this day probably the best defensive player ever. Like, and he ain't played in over 3 decades, almost 4 decades. And not to mention, I was thinking about Entourage, man. That episode of Entourage when the twins, like the one twin fucked the other twin's wife, and they was beefing at work. Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
And Ari had to fire one of them, but he looked at the paper. He looked at their numbers. Like the first thing he did was pull their stats. Who have you signed? How much money have you brought into this company? I don't care which one of you. Whoever brought the most money is, you're the best one for business. You, the other one can go.
Yeah.
And it would happen to be the dude who got his wife hit. Damn, my wife got hit and I get fired, bro. That's ain't worth this headache. You're not worth this headache, man. So I thought that was just interesting in regard to how everybody's looking at that scenario, and just we don't have to talk about this now, but when you mentioned the Kyrie thing and him losing his shoe deal, if people overreact to things, and if we're going to start seeing more companies just kind of stand next to the people that they sign, because Kyrie's got another shoe deal since then with a different company.
Yeah, but
it's not like he was. Yeah, but it's not like he was untouchable. Is my point. I think if Nike could go back,
though. That's what I think. I still think that Kyrie is. I was talking about this on Dead End Sports. Y'all go check that out. Kyrie's still a pariah. Like his teammates may still love him, but mainstream America, they remember him for the whole shit that happened. Like, and he been hurt since then too. Like absolutely. You'll never see Kyrie Irving in another commercial, ever. Like I'm surprised, and even
Uncle Drew too.
Nah, it's over with. I'm surprised even like now Bully dropped. Kanye did 270. I'm shocked that he got back up to 270.
I didn't know he got.
Like, he did 270. Yeah, he did 270.
But that's I think that's kind of my point. Like people rock with Kyrie. I know you mean mainstream as far as advertising and things like that, but I think
do they though? Like that's what I'm saying. Like you won't see Kyrie Irving on Good Morning America.
No, right? no. But
you know what I'm saying? Like you won't see him on. He's not getting his own show anywhere. No one's going to hire him post basketball. Like that's not going. I don't think that's going to happen. Like that ship is sailed.
I don't think they need him to. I think Kyrie can start his own thing and be cool. I know he streams and all that. I don't know what his numbers are.
Do we?
But I think Kyrie, yeah. I think Kyrie has. I don't know if it's he active. Listen, I don't know if he actively streams. I'm not keeping up with Kyrie in that sense. But I think he has enough of a fan base and people that rock with him that we can do it. Maybe I'm wrong. I would let me know. Write in and let us know or let me know because I don't really keep up with Kyrie in that sense. But I know the people that do. Maybe it's from a basketball sense. That's just enjoy watching him play and miss him on the court. And I just feel like he had a crowd behind him.
You think you would make that multi-million-dollar? Let's call it a mistake. He lost his job. Like, are you passionate enough about something to be like, nah, I ain't letting this ride. I'm gonna use my platform to say something, even if it gets me killed. Not killed literally, but
I know what you mean. I don't. It ain't about the money. Like whatever it was, if I felt it in a moment, I would want to stand on that. I think what prevents that is being yourself. That's why Ant-Man will never have that problem. Like Anthony Edwards. Like Anthony Edwards is, you kind of know what you get when you get somebody like that. You're not expecting the polished, media trained version. Like if you stand by him, if you Adidas and you putting all this ad money into him and stuff like that, you kind of know I'm signing you for your authenticity. And he said things. He said something.
I was going to say that's a really good comparison because his persona is, "Oops, I didn't know I was supposed to say that." Like if he did say something, that would be like, "Oh shit, I didn't know you couldn't say that." Like that's his approach, and people see him. Like, yeah, he probably didn't know. But when you get someone like Ivy, and even we can spread it to Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson ain't got a job in the NBA since Golden State because of the same shit.
Yeah,
the same religious, overzealous, like preaching to people. You living a life of sin. Like Mark Jackson was on that in Golden State. He ain't got a job in the NBA since. He was a pretty good coach. You know what I'm saying?
What are you having an affair?
I don't know nothing about that, bro. I don't know nothing about that being personal. I remember they tried to say he said that about LeBron's wife, but that wasn't.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's one of the funniest misunderstandings ever because it sounds crazy.
The full clip gives it so much more context.
If I was ever to teach a class about context, that would be the number one example. Because if you don't have full context, that shit sounds insane. Like, why the fuck is you talking about that man's wife like that? But when you hear the whole story, it's like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah, facts. But going to that point, like, I don't like religion and politics is hard things to discuss with people who you ain't like. Even with people that you fuck with, like they can say some shit nowadays, and you be like, "What, bro?" Like it's niggas that like you having conversation, they be like, yeah, man, Trump this, and you be like, huh? I'm sorry, what? Like, what you say, bro? And they be like, yeah, and just be co-signing for him, and just like it's a slippery slope nowadays. I'll say, like, you never know. That's why I wouldn't say I don't say avoid the conversations because I like having. I'm not going to judge nobody for it. I got a friend that I know voted for Trump. And you know what I'm saying? He told me why. I don't agree with it. And we friends still. Like, you know what I'm saying? He now wishes that he hadn't after seeing all this shit that go on. And it takes everything in me to not be like Boosie all and be like, I told y'all niggas to him about it. But that ain't like we friends for real. So that conversation don't have to be had.
I was just about to say, this is going to sound like a silly question to you because I know your answer, but I want to have it for the people who might not be in that same situation. What was it that made you want to stay friends? Like, why wasn't that? Or let me rephrase it this way: are there any deal breakers to your knowledge for your friends? Like, what would need to happen to one of your close friends, and what would they need to do for you to say, "I'm not cool with you anymore"? Like, is it past the belief? Because I've always said, if you catch an essay charge, like, or if you don't take care of your kids,
like what you said,
those are pretty much the only two that I'm like, I can't stand next to you.
Yeah, or a thief.
I don't. Yeah, like thief. Just general nasty behavior. General nasty behavior.
Yeah, something like that. But it like with the politics, man, I get how people can be swayed. Like I have a very open understanding to like, I mean, I guess if that's what you believe, you know what I'm saying? Like to deeply religious people, politicians, political people, whether they stand one way or the other, like I get how they can be swayed. I mean, this is what the industry or the thing is set to do, and some people fall for it. But if you can have a conversation and we can disagree and it just be that, then that's even more, I feel like, friendship building, because it ain't, we can discuss it and have a spirited conversation and go grab coffee afterwards, or we can choose not to discuss it, and that ain't got to be the basis of our friendship. We can talk about other shit like TV and sports or whatever it may. Like, it don't really matter. Like, there's some people, it's like it don't really, like, I'd be hurt if it was you.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been knowing this person longer than you or whatever. But I just feel like I'd be hurt if it was you. Or,
pull the wool over your eyes for this long.
It'd be like, oh man, you slick lied to them. Like, damn, bro, for real. But how this friend, like how deeply invested they are in politics and their beliefs, like it made sense. Like it's like, okay, I get what you're saying. Like they very pro, what is it, non-abortion. So like, and like we disagree on that a lot. Like that's one of our biggest debates. Like you talking about, you know, his stance on it and my stance on it, and we never will agree on it. Like just we will never come to that place. And we've had the conversation multiple times. And it's like, bro, you'll never convince me. I told him, like, you'll never convince me that that's right. And he was like, well, okay, I respect that.
No, that's real. Do you think people, will we ever get to a point, I guess, general society, of not taking that so personally? What I mean by that is, recently they found Chili from TLC had made some donations to Trump's campaign. I guess people were on Big Boy from Outkast ass about following Trump. He also follows Joe Biden, Barack Obama. It seems like he follows politicians, maybe to stay in the know. I'm not sure. I know he identifies, if I'm not mistaken, as a libertarian. But the instant outrage, because he didn't even say anything. It's just that he follows him, and people were like, "Oh, I can't even fuck with you no more." I don't know, man. We've had this conversation before as far as like separating art from the artist, but listen, nigga, did they take Creep off of streaming services?
Did they?
Because if that is, no, I said if they did, then that's what I'm concerned. I don't give a fuck what Chili's doing in her personal.
Yeah, like I don't look to Chili for political advice. It doesn't matter. It was not surprising to me either. Like I just like, oh, okay. I'm over the instant. I'm over the instant outrage culture. I think that should be dead. Versus, I think where we're losing as a people in general is we don't have conversations with people who don't agree with us no more. It's like you on your side, I'm on my side. I only talk to the people who think like I'm thinking. I'm only talking to the people that support like what I'm supporting. That's why America is kind of turning into the place that it is, where they can't get shit figured out and fighting wars and nobody knows what they're fighting for. It's like nobody's fucking talking. Everybody running to their side and talking to their people versus, all right, let's have a conversation like adults. Like, let's do that. Like we ain't even got to come to an agreement at the end of the conversation, but at least let me know what you're thinking. I'm gonna let you know what I'm thinking. You can do with it what you want. We ain't gotta be mad at each other. We can revert back to our sides after this, but that we've killed conversations in as a people. Now I won't even say just as countries overall. I don't know if it's social media. I don't like, and we blame social media for a lot of shit, and I know it does take precedent for a lot of shit, but we've ran from just having conversations with people that we disagree with. And I think that's kind of what has us in this outrage culture, this instant reaction culture. Is like, well, bro, we didn't even talk about it. Like all these half-baked ass ideas is out there and nobody's discussing them fully through. So I think that's one of the major problems in America. And that's why we have this platform. Like I know me and you agree a lot, but it's still a place to have conversations, even with people who don't agree with us. We don't tell them to cut it off. Like write in, shoot an email, nigga. It's a phone number. For those of you that did not know, it's a phone number on the IG page that goes to us. Well, to me, like I'm gonna be on my Bomani.
Do you check it? When the last time you checked it?
I carry it with me now. I hadn't been carrying it with me, but yeah, I like if y'all want to call me, call.
Can you answer it or is it?
I answer. It's a phone. It's my phone. Yeah, I'm finna do the Mike Jones. I'm finna start the Mike Jones, Rich. Actually, yeah. If y'all want to call me, call. Actually, that number is out there to any one of bookworms. Yeah, I may not answer, but if you want to text or leave a voice note, then am I gonna answer the phone? No, I mean if it's a server, if it don't say scam likely, like go ahead and call that 470 number, man. I may answer. I may surprise you with that because I carry it with me.
Please do this.
Bookworms, y'all got open invitations.
Please
call. I'm putting the Mike Jones. Let me get the number.
I need to hear. Yeah, man.
It would be good stories for the pod.
That's what I'm saying. Like I need to hear about the experiences with calling Lou. How long did it take you to actually get a hold of him? Because he ain't calling nobody back. If he missed the call, he ain't gonna call the number back.
You can text. Yeah, you can text. Probably gonna be the best bet, or a voice note.
Leave him a voicemail or a voice note. Write in if he doesn't respond. Make sure if y'all call him and he don't respond, man, hit me up. Please. So you can DM me on another week in the books. Yeah, say the number.
Here's the number. 470-318-5034. We pulling the Mike Jones. We doing the Mike Jones, Rich. Fuck it. Let's go to the next level. Call me if y'all want to. Feel free.
You know what's bad about this? I'm laughing and joking about is Lou gonna answer. He the right one to do this shit. Because I'll tell y'all right now. If I was the one in control of the phone, man, the people I know and love dearly, the people I would I'd die for. You telling me like, hey, nigga, pick up the fucking phone, bro. Call me back.
Facts. I get the same thing too, but yeah, I'm on. Yeah, that's gonna be one of my things for the rest of the year. We doing the Mike Jones.
I like that. I'm gonna
clip who I heard say that, man?
I'm gonna clip this up. I'm gonna put this out there. Put the number out there. All of that.
You put the number on the screen. But yeah, I heard T.I. son talking about that. I heard T.I. son talking about that, putting his number out there. So yeah,
hit me up.
Domani was somebody on the breakfast.
What's the number again? Give it to me one more time.
470.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, buddy.
470-318-5034. We're going to the next level this year. What other podcasts can y'all get in touch with the host? At least call them. I ain't necessarily saying get in touch. So I can get in touch with me.
470-318-5034. It's in the ticker now. It's going to stay there.
Mike Jones.
There we go, baby. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about, Lou.
Get it.
Shout out to Mo. Shout out to Maurice Hunt III, man. Maurice never for a dull moment. We had a good laugh in the group chat this week.
Mo crazy.
Mo is one of those.
Mo is an insane person. Did you knew I was joking, right?
Of course.
That's hilarious.
Of course. That's why I said that. That's why I think I even made a slick comment about, AB said those exact words too. I thought he was gonna pick up when you said he said those exact words. I thought he was gonna realize what was going on.
Jesus
Me and you
Christ,
knew exactly
man.
what was going on.
That's crazy.
You know, when you sent me that picture, I was
what
like, that's
happened
gotta be AI. Like a whole little small town just got shut down. Water don't work no more because that nigga AI, that nigga AB wanted to put curls in his head, like Genuine and shit in 97.
So we talked about this a little on deck. Y'all go check that out. AB put a AI picture up with hair. And for those of you that don't know, it looked real. And it didn't look bad. For those of you that don't know, AB been bald since he was like 12. I ain't even gonna hold you. He been bald since 12. And the nigga just had a birthday and he put a post up with the AI hair picture. And y'all know Mo can go from baldy to fade. Like he's blessed like that.
Let me stop you real quick. I was so fucking mad at Mo once. I got the baldy, y'all. I got the baldy. It's not voluntary. Mo one day at recording decided to just come in with the fresh baldy. And I'm like, you did that on purpose? Like Jadakiss back in the day, like the locks of them niggas, where you can grow hair, but you rock the baldy? And he did, yeah. And then like 2 weeks later came in. When I tell you, me and Lou he had the freshest fucking fade that I might have ever seen in my life. And I just started cussing that nigga out on spot because I can't do that. Not anymore. Maybe ever. Man. Anyway, shout out to
But so based off that motivation, I sent that picture to everyone that I knew. The AB picture. Every group chat that I'm in, I posted
that. As you should.
The responses were amazing. Dro's response was amazing. They were great responses. But I put it in our group chat, and Mo, true Mo fashion, I said, you motivated AB to grow out the baldy, to go to Turkey and get the hair. Mo thought I was dead ass serious. He was dead. He was like, you for real? Man, shout out to AB, man.
Me and this nigga Lou in the group chat. Just, I'm like, I can't believe this shit. You know what's really funny?
Man, let me pull it up, man.
He still don't know that you weren't serious until you listen to this. Like he's listening to this right now. Like I didn't know that was a joke. I promise you. Like he still right now.
If he listened to On Deck today, he know it wasn't real.
I don't know, man.
Well, I hopefully seen AB hair. But
you sent the picture. Said AB said you inspired him, Mo. He said, "What you mean? From the baldy to the full head of hair." He said, "This really him?" And Lou was like, "Yeah, he went to Turkey for his birthday. They got him right." And Mo was like, "Damn, he think I went to Turkey?" And Lou was like, "Yeah." He said, "So here's what had me weak. This is the best part." Mo was like, "Just so we clear." He said, "I seen Mo hair come back, and you know what? I would go to Turkey and get my hair back as well." And I wrote, "Mo, you hilarious," because he still wouldn't pick it up yet.
No, read that again. Mo said, "Just so I'm clear," he said, "Talk about AB. I seen Mo's hair. I seen Mo hair come back, and you know what? I'm gonna go to Turkey and get my hair back as well." That's what Mo said.
With the question mark.
With a question mark. No laughing out loud, no emojis, no nothing, like dead ass. Rich said, "Mo, you're hilarious." And I said, "You know what, Mo? Those are his exact words. I seen Mo and I had to go to Turkey to get my hair done." And Mo responded to that, not even acknowledging that those are his exact words. Mo said, "Damn, niggas think I got the hair plant. I love this. Shout out to my nigga AB." And I just put LMAO, and Rich put the smiley the laughing faces. Then Mo says, "Rich, it's your turn now." And then Mo says,
I respond, hold on. To that, I said, I think AB said those exact words too. Like, "Rich, it's your turn." And he still wouldn't pick it up on it.
He still wouldn't pick it up on it because he said in this week's episode of On Deck, I got to egg him on about the hair implant. So this is hilarious.
Hey,
great
man.
moment, man.
And then Lou said, "Mo, you're one of the funniest nigga to ever walk the planet Earth." Which he is. But I think Mo gonna hit us and say, "Man, I knew y'all was playing." Because he been trying to be mysterious lately. He been trying to say,
yeah.
You know, what if I pay attention more than y'all think? What if I'm just leading? Yeah. So shout out to Mo, man.
Shout out to Mo.
That was
and
a good
AB,
laugh, unintentional.
I was crying, bro.
Yeah, you sent me that picture. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this, bro? Because it looks so real, scary, man. AI coming through. That shit looks so real, but I'm like, man, he ain't just get hair back. He went to go get the curls.
The nigga got
like,
the
he took it all
full curl. He got
curls.
the good shit, nigga. He went and got the good shit, nigga. Yeah. He ain't getting no mid. That nigga went and got that dro, nigga. That old school dro.
I booked the turkey trip. But say all that to say, man, shout out to Mo in real life, though. Mo reached out, or not reached out. We all share a group chat together. But Mo recently was talking to us about wanting to put something out. I think in the past week or so, like maybe even last week, he just wanted to. These are my words. Mo's going to be on in 3 weeks. He's going to be a guest in 3 weeks. So we'll talk a little bit more about this. But I think he wanted an outlet just to kind of give some random thoughts and asked if it was cool. Of course it is. So he sent them over. They were supposed to release on Monday, but I got it up on Tuesday. And the actual video, the format didn't work, and I ended up getting that on Thursday. But Memos with Mo, I didn't listen to it before I put it up. I don't want to. I probably never will. He said he's going to start writing the description.
Wait, what? You didn't...
I want to listen to it like a fan. I listened to it Monday.
You listened to it, okay?
Oh yeah. No, what I'm saying is when he sent it to me, I didn't listen to it then. I was waiting for the premiere, like everybody else. So something for me to look forward to. Because remember, I told y'all before I did this, Another Week in the Book is my favorite podcast. So I remember what it was like waiting on those Friday mornings for a new episode to drop. So that was kind of a new feeling for me, like knowing that we got some content that I wasn't a part of, and I was like, damn, I couldn't wait. Literally that morning after we uploaded it, I listened to it on the way to work, just looking forward to see what Mo had to say. And it was the fear of losing the fire.
I listened to it while I was cooking the other day. Shout out to Dro and his cousin. He said there was some. Dro told you. He said we probably eat out here. He said we probably eat out here. We'll talk about that when we get to the show.
Yeah, man. Dro, shout out to Dro. But Mo titled it "Fear of Losing the Fire," and hopefully you had a chance to listen to it. I'm not sure what the consistency, if he's going to do this every week, twice a month, whatever it is. That's up to Mo's standard and Mo's discretion. But we'll definitely upload them whenever he does and have some conversations about them. But
and
he has a conversation.
Just to be quick, if y'all are not familiar with what we're talking about, you didn't get the alerts, you don't have your podcast alerts on. In this feed on Monday, Mo did a solo that's about 15 minutes long. So for context of this conversation, if you want to stop now and go listen to that, that's what we're about to talk about. It's in Another Week in the Books feed. It's 15 minutes long. It came out on Monday. Hit play on that real quick just to hear the context of what we're talking about.
Absolutely. He covered a number of topics. Like I said, losing the fire, what it's like to try to build something while having family commitments, when you're married, have a kid, especially a 2-year-old, trying to rekindle your passion, and really make sure that you're in a good space to continue to deliver. What did you think about Mo's memo? What did you think about his conversation about that fire?
I liked it. I texted him about it. I thought it was very transparent. I thought it was really good self-recognition in real time. It was passion there. And it's a conversation that needs to be had because I've been in that space and am in that space sometimes. Like I get it. So 100%, like I understood where he was coming from.
Yeah.
Even without the family and the kids and things of that nature, just being in this world and wondering what the next step is and trying to figure out, you know, how do you move this forward? Is it worth my time? Like, should I be making X amount of dollars from this? Am I doing this because I'm a creative or an artist, or am I like a capitalist seeing other people make money from this and I'm trying to make money from it too? Just all of those things. I've been there. I thought about those things.
Yeah. It was definitely needed, and I understood where Mo was coming from. He had a bar in there where he said something about you got to keep the fire, otherwise you just turn into ashes. I thought that was a bar. He also mentioned Tupac and talking about how like A black man only has 5 years to exhibit full strength.
That's one of my favorite Pac quotes because that's so true.
Yeah, yeah. And I
You
thought
know,
I was
you familiar with what he was talking about?
nah, I'm not actually. I was like, damn, how do I not know that one?
Yeah, Pac was talking about you know how young black boys are really like overly, I won't say policed, but you know they pay attention to your behavior more. So they're kind of like handcuffs on you when you're young and you're growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And at about 16 to about 24, 25, that's when you are the freest as a black man, because you know you don't have to listen to those restraints that they gave you as a kid anymore, but you still haven't reached peak adulthood where you have responsibilities and kids and things like that nature. So that gap as a black man is where you can be the most powerful and the most free, and you can exert yourself the most, because that's when you are in your prime. Like it, it I will find a quote for you because I'm not doing it any justice, but it was really good how he broke it down and like to explain how important those 5 years were of just being like, I think it's changed now. Like since there are more access to things and we've been able to be more successful since he said that, but it was a really strong quote. I'll find it for you and send it to you. We can even put it in the show notes or something.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I like the pep talk of it all. Just him trying. He's talking to himself, but he's also can talk to you. It felt like listening to a preacher almost. And I know Mo gets in the pulpit, but you can tell it was one of those messages where preachers have this distinct ability to, no matter what they're talking about, you feel like it's about you. You feel like the message is directly towards you, and it's relatable. And I think that's Mo being in touch with himself and him being honest. I think tapped into other people who might be thinking about it, or it might have been a timely message as far as, hey, go find that fire again. Like, don't let it burn out. Go do what you got to do. Like, tap in, do what you get to a point of where you are happy and you're able to get all of this out, regardless of the obstacles. He talked about all the stuff he does from a production side of this, and it's really a conversation I can't wait to have with him, to talk a little bit more about it and kind of see where he was and what sparked this, and maybe where he's feeling right now in regard to the things that he's doing. Um, but it's also encouraging to know, yeah, it ain't easy, but we ain't about to quit either. So shout out to Mo for that.
Facts. And I like what he said when he was talking about that. Like we're not about to quit, because quit and do what? You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of, I'm sending you this right now so you can put it up wherever you want. I just found it. The Tupac quote. But
Okay, bet.
it's like you got skin in the game. So you can quit and say, you know what, I just go live my life and just do my regular everyday stuff, and I'll just work and make my living, enjoy my free time from not podcasting. But I don't know if you can be happy from that, or like, especially people with skin in the game. You talking about Mo, who did a audio series alone by himself, wrote the whole thing out, voices, all the different characters, everything. You're talking about yourself, who has Culture Garden, and you have We Got Y'all, and you working with School and Ray P, and we have myself, who do all of these different podcasts, and you say, okay, this ain't doing what I thought it would do, so I'm just gonna stop. That I can't even fathom that. Like I had this relationship with an ex one time, and she was like, well, what if this don't work by a certain amount of years? And I didn't understand. Like I couldn't wrap my, like, when you say work, what does that mean? Like, because go ahead.
Did you see the Smashing Machine with The
Yep.
Rock?
That
Remember
it
that
was
scene?
It was that
Yeah.
scene when he was like, what if you lose? He was like, wait, what? You just broke my brain. Because like, what does that mean? Like lose? Like
It wasn't an arrogant thing. It was like, I literally can't understand what you're saying to me right now.
Yeah, like what? Like why would you even say, like, not even, and like why would you even say that? But not in an offensive way. But like, what are you talking about? Like not working that's not even an option. Like I've never thought about that, because for me, of course, there are goals that we want to reach collectively, individually. Of course, that there are things that we feel like from the work that we put in, from the talent that we have, we should be in places. Just because it ain't exactly how you see it, we talk about this all the time. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So it not working doesn't equate to me because there is no destination for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're continuing to figure this out step by step, day by day, minute by minute as you record episode by episode. It's like you figure out what this is turning into as you're doing it. And I think that's why people have such a hard time grasping the business of podcasting. Like Dave
Yeah.
and I spoke for maybe 2 hours before I got to Nashville. We were just talking on the phone. And he was asking me the questions about, okay, well, how do podcasters make money? Or how do people find out about podcasters? And well, how do y'all do this? And how many people do this? Like it just conversation. And I had the answer to every question. Like you
Yeah.
wouldn't speak to me and think that, oh, he's an expert in this. Like I know these things, but knowing these things and having those things be, to use a corporate, like those things aren't KPIs of this thing being successful.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are no KPIs really in podcasting. Like from a
Yeah.
monetary standpoint, of course there are. Like you know how many listeners you get, you know how many viewers you get, you know how many comments you get, you know how many subscribers you have. Like yeah, that's the monetary part of it. But speaking to what Mo was saying and burning out, and even equating in that 101 ways to change your thinking, those things are fine to have. And yes, we want those. We want that to measure our success. We want to do this and reap the benefits of that. However, to fight against burnout, and I haven't always had this mentality, it's been that book that I've been listening to, the 101 things that we talked about. It's like, this is part of the success of it. Like talking to you on a Wednesday for an episode that comes out Friday, me and you hashing stuff out, coming up with, we're not even coming up with conversations, but being in the midst of conversation and somebody hearing this Friday and it having a conversation and it sparking some in their brain for them to have a conversation with their homeboys. Like that's part of the success of this as well. That's not tangible. Me and you can't take that to the bank. Me and you
Yeah.
can't eat with that. We can't buy food with that. However, it's a very important part of what we do. It's
Mm-hmm.
also, to quote Pac again, it's like, I may not be the voice that changes the world, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be the voice that sparks the thinking of the person who can change the world. That's part of what being an artist is or a creative is, and that's what we are. So to help
Yeah.
with burnout and to help with the things that Mo was talking about, I think wrapping your head around the process of what we do, and I'm still working on it too. I'm not preaching to him and telling him, hey, you should be doing this, help with that. I'm talking aloud as he was in that recording, like reading those books, learning those things and knowing that this right here is part of the success of it as well. People ask me all the time, you seen it was in Nashville, I want to start a podcast. I want to do this podcast. Like, oh, okay, cool. I don't know how I can help you get started. Other like I can give you all the information you need, but you have to understand that doing it is part of the success of it. I don't care if it's one person that listens. Like when me and AB started this, we didn't, you could see we was on the little call-in radio shit. You could see niggas, 3 people listening to this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why are we doing this for 3 people? But it wasn't about the 3 people that was listening. It's about, we said we were going to do something. We put an idea on paper. We hashed it out. We planned it. We did it. We executed it. And we continue to get better and better and better at it. And what comes from that comes from it. We've seen what came from me and him sitting and sharing a microphone to today. Both he and I had events over the weekend. Both he and I
Yeah.
have expended our tree of people that we know and people that we associate in this business to what it is now from when it started in 2013, 13 years ago to this network of people that we know now. Like me and you meeting this weekend in Nashville comes from me and AB hovering over one USB microphone 13 years ago and
Yeah.
sticking to that, continuing to do that. And those are part of the successes that we never really calculate in our brain because we want the money, we want the, none of us really want the fame. That ain't really necessarily what we're in this for. I think I can safely speak for everybody that I associate with.
Yeah.
It's not fame that we're looking for, but just successes, the fruits of our labor, the riches, the being able to wake up and do this on a daily basis. And this pays my bills. This provides me with vacations. It provides me with networking opportunities. It puts me in rooms that I wouldn't have been in had I not started doing this. Those are part of the successes of this. When you get in the funk, that you really have to understand that goes with it too. And a lot of people forget that because it's like, oh, I can't hold that in my hand, but you can experience it.
That was extremely well said. Like niggas pie and shit. Oh, no, you're right. Just to simply state after that, you got to know what you win it for. And then listen, if you win it for the fame and the money, hopefully you have patience that comes with it, because it doesn't work like that. And if you don't reach your goal, that's cool. You can bow out. But if you are in the goal of just saying it, like Lou said, we said we were going to do this, let's see it through. Then you can look at it from different ways and have that beauty, or have the beautiful lens of being able to have the freedom. As you were talking, that's what I thought of. Just figuring out what it is in real time is also the fun part of this, because you can adjust anything you want to at any time. Nobody's telling you have to stay this way. Me and Luke can one day just say, you know what, we're just going to switch this whole thing to this. And that's what it's going to be. The only people you really answer to are the people. Like the people who listen to you and dedicate their time and their energy. Those are the people. Those are all, I think, if you're still in this space of like having your own content and running your own program, those are your bosses. Somebody switches something up and the people come out and say, hey, we don't like that. Think about Power. Power switch up their theme song. Social media said, nigga, what the fuck is y'all on? Get Trey songs out of here. Get this remix out of here. Put the original shit with Joe back on. 2 weeks later, the original with Joe was back on, because that's who they feed, right? It's not that big of a deal. Will people stop watching Power? Probably not. But it changed the element of what they got into Power for. Like, so if you lose track of what it is that you got in for.
That's Joe on the Power song? The song, the singer, Joe?
Yeah, nigga, not Fat Joe.
I was today years old when I knew that.
Who did you think it was?
I had no idea.
You never thought about it?
You're talking about, you said this is a big rich town. That right there? Yeah. I never knew that was Joe. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You good. You good. I said my point.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I agree with you 100%. And my word of advice that I would give to other creators that have a similar sentiment that Mo's feeling right now, even to myself, like, you're in this because you're a creator. It's not because you want to make money, because nobody knew you could make money from podcasting when you first started this. But if you want to be incentivized, like if you if you want to figure out a plan to make money for it, you just work backwards. Like you do the whole reverse engineering thing. Figure out how much money you need from it and just go backwards from how do you do that on a monthly basis. And I'm not trying to make it sound easy, because it's not. It's research to be done to it. It's numbers to be looked at. But both you and Mo have access to, and I'm sleep on this too, but I need to start doing it more. Both you, I heard Ian talking about this from the Joe Budden podcast, and both you and Mo have access to loading up these episodes. Y'all know where the people are that are listening to us. Y'all know how many people listen. Y'all know the age demographics. Y'all know gender. All of that shit is on the podcast platform that we load all of our podcasts up to. You take that information and you build a business plan or a game plan from that. I was telling Mo when he was talking about doing the Patreon, and he was talking, well, maybe that's some extra money, or maybe something we could look at doing for good earners. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't trying to be a dick. I was just stating the facts of the business. And I was like, bro, look at how many people listen to good earners for free on a weekly basis. 1 to 3% of those people will pay for it. That's the industry standard. If you have Joe Budden, you look at him, 8 million people listen to his free podcast every week. 8 million. He has a Patreon that has about 150 to 200,000 subscribers. 1 to 3%. That's great for him. Like, that gets you in the millionaire range with those people paying that type of money. But when you're a smaller creator, it's like, okay, well, how do I take the people that already listen for free and get them to go behind that paywall? And again, naturally, only 1 to 3% of those people are going to travel with you. So you have to get the free one up in numbers before you think about starting a Patreon that's going to be lucrative for you. Now, if you want to just do the Patreon to get some extra money where you can buy gas or buy t-shirts or not want to make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month, that's fine too. It just depends on how you want to approach it. But my whole point is, there's a way to figure out whatever you want to do monetarily with this. You just have to use the numbers to your advantage. Like all of that information that they give us when we load these podcasts, we can use to our advantage and start that to grow to where it needs to be, to where a Patreon subscription is going to be worth people's time, to where putting out merch is going to be worth people's time, to putting out YouTube is going to be worth people's time. You just have to use the information that you already have and work from there to get to where you want to be. That gets you out of the rut. It gives you something else to do. And I know and again, I'm not preaching no more. I'm talking to myself as well. I'm talking to you because we gonna still get together and do our business plans on this, but that's how it's done. Like it's done with taking time out of your day or weekend where me and you are sitting there looking at StreamYard or whatever the fuck it is that we record this stuff on and load it to and say, okay, how many people listen every week? All right, how many of those people are 18 or whatever? How many of those people are men? How many of those people are women? Where are they at? Yeah. And then you take that and you go to YouTube, or you go to Facebook and you go to Instagram and you put the clips according to that data to those people. Then more of those people start to listen and look, and that's just how you build it and grow it. But it's a process to do it. AB has done a really good job at it with his Crates and Convos podcast. Culturalist Theory podcast, Crates and Convos event, and Who Gave You a Podcast. He's done a really good job, but he went to the steps to do that as well. Like he hired a marketing person and sit down with his business partner that he does that with and put that marketing plan into place, paid for what her expertise was and did those things. And go look at the numbers for those podcasts. Go look at the YouTube subscriptions that they have for their podcast. That like you just have to invest in it. It's not going to happen because you're talented. You still have to use the information provided to you. It's still a business if you want to make money from it. And with a business, there's always a formula. So when you're burnt out and you say, well, is this worth my time? Like I ain't getting incentivized like I should be. There's stuff that you can do about it. And again, I'm talking to myself as well. Like I'm preaching to myself as well. And even like David and I were having this conversation. Like, it's like, you have to just do it. It's not a thing that's going to happen. Like you ain't going to up one day and 1 million people are listening to your podcast. That's not going to happen. What's more likely to happen is 500 people listening to your podcast or 5,000 people listen to your podcast, and you get 100 people to pay a subscription each month. Now you got an extra $1,000 to $2,000 every month. While that may not be life changing, well, actually, nigga, an extra $2,000 in anybody's pocket in today's economy is life changing. You got a free $2,000, that's gonna free up time for you. But you got to figure out how to get that 1,000, that 2,000, that 3,000, and that multiplies, and you continue to apply that. So.
That's what I enjoy about it. That's why I don't think I've been burnt out. Even this is coming into year. Even though I started podcasting in 2020, I always say it wasn't a serious thing until I believe 2022, the fall of 2022. Either way, there's always steps. Like it feels like they're never going to be any. I don't want the steps to stop. Like there's never a top floor. There's never a top floor with me. Like, I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's always something to look forward to, or there's something that you get into, you work at, you become better at it, and you kind of perfect it. And I use perfect as a very light term. Just you reach the level where you're comfortable with it. You've done everything you want to do with it. Then you move on to that next thing. And it could be the same thing you're working on, but just taking that to a next level. Or then maybe there's another idea that you had that you're like, all right, then cool. How do we make this work? Like me, Lou, and Chaz got a whole other podcast that logistically we're about to re-release and get it going. But that's just something that I've been excited about. Like just the ideas that flow. And I got a whole idea. I was telling Lou about this in Nash. Like I got a whole idea when the time is rolled about what that looks like what the vision looks like. And knowing that you're working to get towards those steps is always fun. So Mo, I really appreciate you. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say, Mo, we do appreciate you. And to your point of what you just said, there is no, oh, this is what success looks like in this industry. Like there is no just standard way. Like Joe Budden had a way he did it. Charlemagne had a way he did it. Joe Rogan had a way he did it. Bill Simmons had a way he did it. Like all of the top dogs that you can look at in this industry, you can look at them and be like, well, all of them took different approaches. None of them were wrong. And that goes to the point of what you're saying in the sense of like how you trying to carry it and how you trying to get there. Like it ain't no right or wrong answer. You discover that in the process of creating. And that speaks to what Mo talks about of being burnt out. That's why it's hard for me to be burnt out, because you're always discovering new shit in the process of creating, whether that be conversation, whether that be enlightenment in the sense of, damn, I didn't know that, whether that just be, okay, this is a way to do this versus another way to do this. Like, it's always in the creation process of it. And that's what helps keep the fire burning for me. I've said this many times, like, there's been times I ain't want to record.
Yeah.
Like, it's been times like that. I feel like that's what the love of it is. There's been times where I feel like I ain't got shit to talk about. I don't want to talk about this movie. Ain't nothing in hip hop interesting me this week. Like, I don't care about shit going on in sports. It ain't football season. But it's the love of it to keep me like, oh, okay, yeah, we got Dead in Sports tonight, even though it's the middle of basketball season in April, and I don't give a fuck about any of that. Still got to pop up and be entertaining because people want to see you. Like, I did fucking we reviewed Hamnet on Frames Per Second, bro. Like, me, could you imagine me watching Hamnet? Do you know what Hamnet is?
Yes, I know exactly what it is,
bro. I was so mad. But
did you cry? A lot of people said they cried at the end of the movie, man. Were you emotional?
I threw birds like Pac walking out of the fucking courthouse with the Red Wings jersey. I spit at the TV screen, nigga. Like, that shit was fucking garbage.
You didn't go to the theater for this? I wish you would have went to the theater.
Oh my god, bro! No.
I told y'all. I told y'all. There's a new series out.
I had to pay for that shit. I had to pay for that shit. I had to pay like a streaming service, and it was like $12 or some dumb shit like that. Yeah,
I got an idea for if we could get a camera crew or camera on Lou doing shit that he doesn't want to do. That would be gold television. Like, if Lou said, I gotta go see this, I'm like, oh yeah, call the camera people up. I want to see your reaction when this, and this go. There was something that happened to me when I was talking to and this is a perfect segue to talk about Nashville, because what you mentioned, another thing that I've learned that helps keep the fire burning is living life. Like, living life and being around people and just having stories to tell. And I know I mentioned this before, how they talk about, like, when Eddie Murphy got so famous in the 80s, you can't do the regular stuff anymore. You know, so a lot of his stuff, he stopped living life because he couldn't. He was too famous. He couldn't just go out to the Walgreens or the grocery store, whatever the case is.
Did you know Coming to America was based on that? Did we talk about that?
Mm-mm.
Coming to America is based on him not being able to find a regular girl because he was so famous. That's where they got the whole idea from. Yeah, he was talking about that on the Eddie Murphy doc. That's where they got the whole idea from.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He did talk about that.
Yeah, he was like, bro, I'm Eddie fucking Murphy. I can't go nowhere where nobody knows me. So similar to Prince Hakeem in Zamunda, it's like, I can't go anywhere in Zamunda where a bitch won't hop on one foot and bark like a dog. So, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was dope.
Just to make it clear, Eddie Murphy was 80s famous, which is, I think, probably the top tier famous that you could be. Because there wasn't the same access in the 80s. And if you can go across the world and people still know who you are, you were famous. Him, Michael Jackson, Prince.
Him, Michael Jackson, Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
And Prince.
I don't even know if Michael Jordan was there yet. Yeah, Prince might not even
be there. Jordan was the next iteration of it, I think.
He was like 90s. But 80s,
he was like it on steroids.
Michael and Eddie in the 80s, that was it.
Yeah, that was
a whole different level of famous. Either way, I talked to you about the camera with Lou. There was a situation that happened with me with the rental car. As soon as I saw Lou, I'm like, I want to know what you would have done. This was a what would Lou do moment. But either way, we finally got to link up, man. Shout out to Ducos. Shout out to everybody who came out to show love to Another Week in the Books this past weekend in Nashville. It was my first time in Nashville, and of course, first time linking up with my dog Lou.
I'm so excited to hear this. We didn't get to talk. I want to hear about what you thought and everything, man.
Yeah, man. So we'll start with Nashville in general. I didn't know. Apologies to Nashville. I didn't know it was like that.
People be sleeping on that city, man.
People sleep on Nashville. I was one of them because, and here's the thing,
especially black people.
100%.
White people not so much.
I grew up in Cincinnati, which is literally right across the border from Kentucky. So Kentucky, to me, the best city in Kentucky to me is Louisville. And Louisville is not necessarily anything to write home about. It's a cool little city, but there's nothing to write home about if you're from a larger city. And if you go anywhere else,
like Louisville.
Let me get to it. Let me get to it. Yeah. So you go to Lexington, and Kentucky's so densely populated that People don't even say what city they from. They say what county they from. They from such and such county. You really only, if you're from Lexington or Louisville, those are only 2 times you really get a city out of people. And everything else is the county, whatever the case is. And then growing up, going to Tennessee, like, so when I was coaching youth sports, we'd have little football tournaments in Gatlinburg, pass through Knoxville. I've been to Memphis once. Don't have to go there again. Y'all know where Lou's stance is on Memphis.
I don't even have to say anything.
all of this stuff was just a passing point to get to Atlanta when I was growing up. We take road trips in Atlanta, go to Coca-Cola factory, go to the underground. So I just remember that my sister went to FAMU, so I remember all these kind of road trips growing up, but that was pretty much it. And I thought that's what Tennessee and Kentucky just looked like. So I'm thinking like, all right, Nashville probably like this. I remember y'all getting the Titans back in the day and not thinking much. I just remember being a country Hall of Fame or rock and roll country
music Hall of Fame.
Country Music Hall of Fame, and like it's a birthplace of country, whatever the case is. And I just thought of it as some little ass town. And I remember pulling up because I drove and it was nighttime and I see in the skyline, I'm like, hold up, this Nashville? Now you can tell a lot of it's new, but that shit jumping. So the Nash Vegas name and all that, it came away real quick. And I checked into the hotel and Lou was with Dave. Shout out to David. He was with David at the cigar spot, this black-owned cigar spot.
Absolutely.
And I pulled up to that parking lot jumping. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Where am I at? So we get in there, man. And I finally, I'm walking. It's packed in there. I gotta ask Lou about being a Q that night, but it was packed in that joint. And I'm looking around trying to find him. So I pass him. I'm going to the humidor where the cigar is, and I turn around and he's sitting at the bar, and I'm like, oh shit. So I walk up to my dog, man, got a nice embrace, man, nice hug. Meet David right there. And Lou had people. I met Scoops. And a couple other. I think Jay. I don't know if Jay was there. We met Jay with Dro.
No, we met Jay with Dro. My guy Poe was there. My best friend. I've been talking about since.
Yeah, Poe was there, and a couple other people, man. And we just sat there.
And my homegirls. Yeah, my homegirls. They want to start a podcast. They on our ass about not taking them serious about wanting to start a podcast, and they hilarious. I just don't know what to do with it. So maybe Rich can help me. But they funny. I just don't know how to.
I just got to chop it up with them. Yeah, we get a little conversation going and see what's there. But it was cool, man. We sat at the bar, had some drinks, just talk, man. It was exactly like Lou said, in the fact of it's like we had already met. So it wasn't like it's just kind of picking up conversation. We've had multiple conversations over the past couple of years to where it was just in the flow of things. So it felt natural. The only thing that we was thinking of, and we both kind of laughed about it, neither one
Rich
of us
thought I was a little nigga.
I didn't think he was. I didn't think he was. I was like, I said to myself, what if I pull up and this nigga Lou like 5'3"? And I'm like, oh shit. And then Lou said this opposite, like, yeah, nigga, what if a nigga 6'2"? Like, and niggas don't know, but we literally like the same height. So it was cool, but I was laughing.
That's what I was thinking. We was thinking the exact opposite, but the thing now, like, I hope this nigga don't walk in all 6'4" basketball ass nigga and shit, man. I hate tall ass niggas standing next to these tall ass niggas and shit.
Yeah, man. Nah, we was the same height and shit, so it was cool, man. It was literally exactly how I thought it was gonna be. And we left that spot. We was there, had a couple sticks, some drinks, watching the game. David called in the night. We met up with Dro, a spot called Bar Sovereign, little hole in the walls. Yeah. So we in there kicking it, have a drink or so, and then Dro want to go to a spot called Pushing Daisies.
Pushing Daisies.
So we trying to figure out the whole Uber situation, and next thing I know, we walking. I don't even know how that started, but next thing I know, we walking.
That's some Dro shit right there. That's living a life with Dro. Like, well, you want to call an Uber? Like, no, we can walk. Like, no, bro, let's call an Uber.
Nah, we walked on Broadway. Like I said, I didn't know Nashville was like this. It was jumping outside. Broadway was going crazy. Like just walking in the streets and people you could feel the energy and just A, the excitement of being in a different city, and B, just linking up with my dog, you know what I mean? Linking up with Dro, just having a good time, man. Being present, I think that was the biggest thing for me. I noticed that entire weekend, just being present and in the moment. I wasn't thinking about anything past that. I was just happy where my feet were planted. And, we don't go out like that anymore. Like, I'm not a late night go out type of person. There's got to be a special occasion, somebody in town type of thing. And even then, Me and Lou probably only got. I'm about to say, me and Lou probably only got a few more trips. So it's like, all right, nigga, we done seen each other enough to, nigga, I ain't coming out at fucking 10:30 no more. Like, bro, like that was a like special occasion. Like, nigga, hit me during normal business hours from this point on.
Hey, we probably got one of those in Cincinnati and one of those when we catch up with Mo, and then that's probably
it. After that, it's like, bro, we doing golf during the day, maybe watch a game, and that's it. Niggas back at they shit by 9 o'clock. But either way, we didn't hear about that because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, man, I dropped you off at like 3:34 in the morning.
It was late as fuck. I was dead the next morning. Like I had shit to do.
It was over.
That's what Dro kept saying. Nigga, you got shit to do tomorrow because we had the pop-up event. It was like, I mean, why not, man? Let's kick it. And it was good, but like you said.
I was gonna say we went out and bought some drinks at Bar Daisy, and that's when it was really turning up because Bar Daisy was rocking. We was having a good time, good conversation. I had to talk with Lou, just telling them, bro, like Pushing Daisy. What I say?
Bar Daisy.
Pushing Daisy. Yeah. We had a conversation with Lou, man, just telling them, like, bro, I see it, like, you know, it's up, but I was one drink away. I told Lou, if y'all been seeing Dan Hurley, when Dan Hurley after UConn hit that shot, he walked up on the ref. I told Lou I was one drink away from pulling one of those off. And if you ever out with your crew, you ever out with your fellas, man, your partners, and one of your mans hit a nigga with the forehead, it's time to get up out of there, bro. The night's over. The night is over.
Hey, the drinks just kept coming from places. I didn't even realize that we had got that right. Like I was dead the next morning.
It took me about 2 or 3 days to recover.
Yeah.
Took me about 2 to 3
like
days.
The next morning, I said I was gonna get up, do some shit with the fam, and then we was gonna go over to the pop-up. Like all that do shit in the morning, it was over with. My cousin was on my ass. She was like, "Nigga, you like." I was like, "Nah, it's over with. I ain't going nowhere till it's time for this pop-up. That's it." But yeah, I appreciate. It was really fun. Like some people you can meet. And then they have a weird energy when you like meet them in person. Like I just what I was explaining to my family, and it was like, well, you ain't never met dude before y'all meeting. I was like, yeah, he's cool. Like it wasn't no, man, it's different when it's online. Like me and you are the exact same people. Like because we don't. It's not a persona. Like we're not. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not putting on an image for a podcast. So
we talked about that too. Like we were peeping the vibe and peeping the scene, just trying to see if it was like that for real in real life. Like without being blatant, like just moments I just kind of peep how Spike was moving. Because like you said, it's different when you out in the wild with a nigga. When you out in the wild, you can kind of really see. So I see how he move, he see how I move, and I was like, all right, then you really are that type of nigga that I thought you were. Because Spike, I'll say this, man. I'll say this for real. Because I haven't said this a lot about maybe a handful of times with people in my life. Spike a cool ass nigga. Like when I mean cool, because I always think I'm the coolest nigga in every room. And this nigga Lou a cool ass nigga. I'm just like, all right, man, he might have me. You might have me. Like it was one of those. So it was everything I thought it was gonna be. I wasn't surprised.
No, I wasn't surprised.
I would have been surprised if it was weird. Like, damn.
Yeah. The same thing. I would have been disappointed. And that definitely wasn't the case. I know David was surprised. He thought we had met before. He was like, damn, y'all ain't never met. And so me and you thought to meet him for the first time together. I was like, yeah. So I thought that was really dope. Shout out to my brother Dave. He came and supported all weekend. Again, went to that cigar bar. But it was just fun. Like I took a lot of pride in showing you the city and introducing you to the people and my friends.
Let me say this real quick. The legend of Spike Lee makes a lot more sense now. If you see where he's from and meet the people that he grew up with, it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
What you mean?
All the way you carry yourself, the stories you tell, when you have the people and you kind of envision it with the way they telling and you reliving it. I didn't even know it was like that. Like I know I joke about Lou being outside since he was 2. Nah, Lou was outside. Like there were certain things that was going. There was a moment when we was outside of Duco's.
I want to tell that
story. No, I'm not telling the story. I'm just saying there's a story that's being told and pictures being shown, and I'm sitting there like, oh, you know, y'all niggas was really like that. My bad. It was sort of like Nashville where I didn't understand. I wasn't familiar with your game. I thought I knew y'all. I knew you was serious, but I didn't know you was this serious.
Yeah,
like, I didn't know it was like that for real. Yeah, they was doing shit They was doing shit I was doing in college and high school.
That was my favorite, one of my favorite moments of the weekend. When we outside of Duco's talking after the we was outside talking after the meetup. And my homies Scoops and Poe, we was the Three Musketeers, man. Like, and Dro was all of us, really, everybody, even my guy TK that you met the owner spot. And it's like we was just telling old war stories, and Poe and Scoops love. Like, this is one of those times when remember when wasn't the cheapest form of conversation. This is one of those times. And we just explaining shit to Rich, and they showing pictures to shit to him. And Rich like, yeah, y'all niggas was doing it in college. And all three of us looked at each other and said, college? Nigga, we was in high school doing this.
I stopped. Like, y'all
and
niggas
Rich was like, wait, what?
If y'all had heard the stories and seen the photos, y'all have thought the same shit I was on. Like, for real. And I've lived the life. I've lived the life. But I was like, oh, y'all was really out here. And it makes... When you out here that young doing those things, once again, no name, no blame, but we won't bring the stories up. But when you out there,
can't tell the stories online.
When you out there,
they were good stories, though. They was good stories, right?
Great stories. Hit up 470-318-5034. Ask Lou to tell you one of the stories. But when you see it and you think about, oh, you was 14, 13, 15-year-old doing this, it's like, oh, that's why you're not impressed by shit. That's why you don't. Outsiders coming in don't mean nothing, because if I've been doing it since this age, then why would I be impressed by this, and this? Like, this shit nothing new to me. And it made sense, like everything from your personality, your persona, to the way you react to certain things, it all just clicked in that one moment. I'm like, oh, this nigga. And there's always something about, and I knew this for already, but the nigga wasn't lying. Like, when they say no cap in my rap, like, these ain't. I'm not making this shit up. Like, I'm not lying on it.
And it sounds far-fetched to a lot of people. People like, y'all niggas wasn't like, y'all exaggerating. Like, no, we not. We not exaggerating. Like, we all can finish the story. Like, one of us start telling the story, and then the other one can finish it. That's how like it was.
Yeah.
And again, that was one of my favorite parts, sitting out there talking, man, letting Rich just hear some of the war stories that we had, man. That was one of my favorite parts of the weekend, bro.
Yeah, the pop-up event, which we'll talk about in a second, that whole thing from the actual event to being outside hearing those stories. And before the pop-up event, so I'm bent, like Lou said, because after I dropped you off, I went to Whataburger.
Damn.
I found a Whataburger, yeah, man.
I know you waited in line forever too, because it's new in there.
It was easy.
Oh, for real?
It was easy, yeah. Went back to the hotel and did that, and woke up like, damn, like, I ain't ready to move yet. So I pushed it to the limit. I had about an hour and a half before I linked up with Lou. So I tried to get some coffee, espresso shot, and all this. But before I did that, I stopped by Sweats. I stopped by the corner in Nashville. So I saw the gas station. I actually filled up the tank at the gas station. Went inside, got me a water, got a couple waters, man. I got one for Lou, because I'm like, I know this nigga need this. The way we was going at it. Pause. I talked to the woman that worked in Sweat. She saw my Cincinnati hat. We started having conversation. She giving me tips on places to go. So, I mean, just off the hat, I went to the restaurant across the street. Then I saw the plaza as well. I took the picture of the inside of the restaurant just to see that legacy. Because once again, similar to the stories of Lou being outside and whatnot, you hear things. I've heard David talk about this corner and they own it in this restaurant, but seeing it and being able to be like, oh, this exists and tangible, and people inside in line. Yeah, knowing that person, people inside in line, people eating with their families and whatnot.
And shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Celebrities, yeah.
Yeah, all of that stuff. So it was just cool to see, and I was glad I was able to experience it. And then ended up picking up Lou. Went to the pop-up event. Dave was the first one there, so we got more time just to chill. Then Joe came in, and then all of a sudden, person after person after person after person just started coming in, showing love. Like a lot of the names that I've seen, J-Hove, Scoops, as I mentioned before. I met Coach. I met a lot of different people that was just cool, man. Met Big Jeff for the first time. And a lot of other people that I'm probably not mentioning or thinking of at the top of my head. But y'all saw the picture if you'll follow us on Instagram. Just people showing love, man, and just having conversation. It was almost like I knew him. Like me and J-Ho was talking about Carolina basketball, and shoe game. And I'm like, this nigga came in with the, him and Lou got into the who the freshest, who taught who how to do what with the fashion game conversation. And you can tell, once again, this is one part I do want to mention though. My first experience in Nashville was special because I got it from the eyes of someone from Nashville, and not the new Nashville, the real Nashville. So it felt that way. I think I told you, I said Nashville, one of 3 cities that really felt familiar. Like when I first went, Los Angeles, Dallas, Nashville, the 3.
Dallas like that for me. Dallas one of those for me.
It's Dallas one of those like you go and you feel like you're from there. Like you feel like I can just seamlessly get into this lifestyle and just go.
Facts.
And that's how I felt with Nashville. And I think part of that was because I'm meeting people that I heard about. I'm getting it from Lou's perspective. And it was just, like I said, just picking up conversation. How you been? You good? Da-da-da-da-da. And just going from there. And it was just a good thing to see, man. So it was a good time. It was one of those like, damn, I wish this trip was a little longer.
Facts.
It was one of those moments. I was happy that I did it, but I didn't have any regrets because, like I said, I was literally present from the time I touched down to the time I left. Like there was not one time where I was like, man, I got to do this when I get back home, or I got to do. Nah, bro. We just had a great time, bro. It was a ball, and it was the start of something like where now we're gonna have to do business meetings, all types of stuff. But what a trip, man! What a fucking trip.
Same with, like, I know I talked about on the episode before how I was almost was like, nah, I ain't going. Not too much going on. I got to figure it out. And not once when I was there did I think about anything that I had going on once I had to come back. Like you, it was the book and being present, meeting you for the first time and just introducing you to people and letting you get a real, because most people don't get that when they come to Nashville. They see this Nashville and they're like, okay, I get it, I see. But they don't get the old Nashville, and you get to talk to people and see how we was back in the day there, and it being a completely different city. And it was a proud moment. I felt proud that my friends and people that loved me showed up. They showed you love. It was like you seamlessly fit into the rotation, and like some people aren't able to do that. Like you said, I'm cool. You're cool as well. Like I seen like me and Rich didn't have to be tied at the hip at the event. He wasn't a nigga that I felt like, man, let me have to stay around this nigga. I don't know what he gonna say or what he got going on. Like, I don't want niggas like, who is this weirdo? Like, did this Lou do a podcast with? Like, I never felt like I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because once me and you clicked up and we talked, everybody that came in, hey, this such and such, it's such and such. I've been knowing her since such and such, been knowing her since then, been knowing him since then. And it just felt, it was refreshing. That was one of the best weekends that I've really had in a long time, and I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we all got to hook up. I wish Mo could have been there, but we're going to make that happen as well. Dro texted me. He was like, next you got to make sure you go to Cincinnati. Richton showed you love. Like, you got to go up there to this city and do the same thing. You got to go down there and holler at Mo. Like, Dro is one of those people. Like, he going to be on that time. Like, nigga, don't have us looking bad as Nashville. This nigga that came to your city and you didn't introduce him to all these people. Like, you got to extend him the same thing. So I can't wait to do that. Probably even before opening day. If something go on in Cincinnati, I'll try to get up there. But yeah, it was fun, man. I just enjoy all of it. I was impressed by the people that came out that showed love. It took time out of their Saturday to say, like, you know what, I'm coming through. Because I'll talk to you offline, but it was different stuff going on as to where it was a tumultuous weekend in the background in the sense of the spot that we was at and what they were going through. But that's an offline conversation that we'll have. But even then, like, it felt good for being in a spot that my homie that I love to death, my brother that he owned, and they going through something, to be like, no, ain't nobody else coming because it's going on. I'm gonna bring people through. They don't order pizza. It ain't gotta be no slow day for you just because some shit going on. Like, I felt proud in doing it. He extended that space to me, thinking that it's gonna be popping this brunch, but still you can get this spot over here. But then something happens, and if that ain't the case, it's like, well, I'm still bringing people through because you, my brother, I love you. I want y'all to have a business. I want these doors to stay open. So it felt good doing that. It felt good seeing people that I ain't seen, and it's people that pulled up to that pop-up that I ain't seen in 10 years. I ain't talked to in years, like ex-girlfriends, homies from high school. It's like, I just came through to show you love. You know what I'm saying? And it was dope, bro. Like, I really enjoyed it. That's one of my favorite weekends. What you laughing at?
I know you had an exit there.
I did, though. It was real low key. I can't even.
You gotta get into it. That's what I'm saying. That's why That's a Lou thing, bro.
She's an avid listener. Yeah, she listened to the show. Yeah, she listened to this and owned it. Yeah,
I would have done it the same way. If we was in the Natty and the Lou would have never known. You would have never known. Kept that low. But that's funny, man. It was a great time, like you said, man. It was really and the pizza, man. The pizza was fire too.
Pizza was fire. Oxtail pizza.
Fire. Oxtail pizza, man. Pepperoni joint too. Fire. Just was joint.
Yep, pepperoni was
prosciutto. Good. I know the Nashville hot chicken pizza. Jeff had gotten that. People had Caesar salad, the breadsticks. Like we ordered some food, man. We made sure that we ate and had a good time and broke bread. And yeah, man, it was a real good time. I made sure I got some Nashville hot chicken before I bounced. Shout out to Princess.
Did you go to Princess?
Yeah, I went to Princess.
What did you think?
Fire.
What was your
3
spice
wings?
Level? Medium, mild. Oh, you got hot?
Yeah, I got hot. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oof.
Yeah, I fucked with it.
That's a rough. Yeah,
that's what I needed. That's what I needed. That
it's fire. Yeah, it's fire, but
it's literally.
Yeah,
got the mac and cheese with the French fries with it. I ain't get no college. I just got the French fries with it, man. It just slid back up to the city.
Had you had Nashville hot chicken before?
Not from Nashville, obviously, with that being my first time. But I've had like Dave's hot chicken, some change shit.
How did it measure up? Like, do you see the difference?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Princess the originator.
Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah. Once you told me the story, I went to their website. They got the story on there.
About how Princess all that started. That shit.
Yeah. So,
facts.
Yeah, Nashville, man, showed love. I'll definitely be back. I was kind of disappointed in myself for never being, but it actually worked out though. Like, because there's no better first trip that I could have had than what we just experienced.
Yep.
So I'm glad that was my first time, and I got the personal tour throughout the city. And like I said, man, it was jumping, bro. And that downtown, like, it's not some little small country town that I thought it was. I thought it was Louisville. All right, man, it's gonna be a decent little city. Nah, Nashville popping. Shit live, man. So shout out to Nashville. Thanks, shout out to the old Nashville. That's one thing I did tell Lou. I said, you can tell a lot of this shit new.
Yeah.
Tell a lot of this shit. I knew that this wasn't the Nashville he grew up in. And that's what made it even more important. The crib right by TSU. I heard one of the funniest, once again, I'll never ever repeat this story or tell this story, and I definitely won't say it publicly. But I heard one of the funniest stories ever in my life about Lou and the old job. Yeah, but nah, the job, you and man.
Pope.
You and Pope. Bro. Now I want to tell you, I've thought about that at least once every day since I left. Like, you have no idea. Once in a random moment of the day, I'll just stop thinking about that shit and just start getting weak to myself. Like, these niggas is wild.
There were a couple of things that I'm gonna say that were my favorite of the weekend. One was telling that story to you.
That shit was hilarious.
Two was y'all niggas was in high school. That quote from you.
Yeah.
3 was the business card conversation.
That was some next level shit. That's some next level shit, man.
When we get a team, we gotta animate this. We need to do animated retells of these stories, and I'm gonna get Poe and I'm gonna get Scoops to tell the stories. Like, that's what.
Because who the fuck does y'all niggas think y'all were though?
The audacity.
That's the funniest thing about it.
But back then, that didn't even cross our minds. We thought like,
and I told you, and I told you, the craziest thing was, I know all of y'all was like, they gonna call. You're going to call this number. So you put a logo on it and everything. Like, that shit.
Listen,
crazy,
man, South Incorporated. That was the name of the business, South Incorporated. It was the acceptance, the insurance story from the job. The y'all niggas was in high school, the business card, and the faces of everyone that I like. When I told you, ask them about out west, ask them about the house out west.
Everybody,
every face.
That's a great point. Every face.
Those are my 4 favorite moments of the weekend.
Everybody who that house, like, from.
We've talked about it on here. Like, I had the house right behind TSU. And we kind of explained it, but we didn't really get into detail. And I told
Rich, please don't get into details.
I can't get into detail. But from we asked Poe to Dro to Scoops to
Poe set the tone. When I asked him, that thing.
because his baby mama was in there.
Yeah,
His baby mama was in there, and he was like,
be low.
He said, he whispered it. He's like, wait till she leave. I'll tell you.
And then literally everybody who came in, I would say, hey man, tell me about the such and such house. And their facial expression was gold. Like just gold. You can tell, like when you know you spark some memories back for someone, like, oh, Nick. Like you wouldn't even believe me if I told you. That type shit. So
that was fun, man. That was
fun. Man. It was a good time. And I want when I made I want to say this because when I made the caption, when I made the post for another week in the books page, man, it just kind of recap. And it was funny because Phil was hitting me up like, hey, man, niggas ain't never seen y'all that's happy. Like, y'all niggas showing all 32.
That was the same thing I said. Boy, find another picture of me with teeth. Like, with teeth showing. Find another picture of me. I said that, too. Shout out to Phil because I said this. I was like, boy, I don't think I got this many pictures with teeth. Nowhere else on my IG.
That's exactly what Phil said, man. Y'all niggas was out here. Hey, shout out to y'all because y'all niggas showing all 32. Y'all don't never smile.
Facts. I never do that. So that's facts. That was genuine happiness. Good to be around my brothers and being able to introduce my new brother to my old brothers, man. That was really fun. I was proud. I felt proud, man.
Same. And I understand what that means. Like that's the same feeling I'm gonna have when you come to the Natty. Just
facts.
This is where it all happened. These was the spots. These are the places that made the person that you ended up meeting. You know, one of those things. But 100%. when we made the Instagram post for another week in the books about the weekend and all that, I wanted to make sure I included Mo because I think Mo really led the way in this, especially knowing our personalities. Mo was the one that kind of came in. You know, I'm sure all y'all might know by now. Another week in the books was kind of started as a prequel to the Sopranos podcast because Lou wasn't necessarily going to commit to talking about 80-something episodes of a show with somebody he's never recorded with if he didn't know they had chemistry and whatnot. So another week in the book started as kind of a spawn off of On Deck and turned into what it is now. But when it comes to, and I told Lou this before from being a listener since book one, there are moments where I literally see the growth. And like you can see that he's a completely different person from the conversations he has to the way he thinks about things to the way he processes them. And I don't think any of that starts without Mo leading the way as far as being open and being himself and being vulnerable and kind of pushing us, mainly Lou, because that's who was the co-host of book one. But even when I would come on, we're having regular conversation with him, just pushing us to make sure that we're not cheating ourselves or selling ourselves short in the things that we can do. And had we not, or had we been too cool or, wanted to stay on our own lane, none of this would be happening. And I recently just said in a different chapter about, I never knew how good this would feel as far as letting all this out and kind of, wearing it on your sleeve. And I got to give a big credit to Mo because
he started all of it. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you think about the origins of this starts from responding to an email or responding to a DM, for both you and me, who in our regular lives would have been like, man, who is this nigga? But for some reason, the universe said, like, man, respond, like, engage, go with it. And then it's led to this weekend that we've had. However many chapters it is, like we damn near 200 episodes of this podcast. We've done
over 150 easy.
Yeah, we've reviewed every scene of every episode of The Sopranos and about to do the same with halfway through it with Breaking Bad. And to think, and it goes to make it a full circle moment, it goes back to Mo's burnout moment. You think about moments like burnout episode, what he talked about. You think about moments like that and that motivates you. I think that gives you extra drive to think like all of this started because I reached out to niggas who I listened to. Yeah. They were receptive of it. They did it and they kept doing it and he kept doing it and we keep doing it. So shout out to Mo, man. I agree with you.
Yeah. Shout out to Mo's approach too, man, because
it wouldn't have happened without him. Like me and you wouldn't know each other. It wouldn't be without Mo. Yeah.
Nah, that's 1,000%, man. I think there's a perfect way to end the episode. Giving flowers to our brother Mo, who couldn't join us. He did FaceTime us for a quick second, but it was too loud. I meant to call him back afterwards, but like I said, man, we were just present. And I really wasn't thinking about that. So that's my bad, Mo.
Oh, I forgot Mo did call. Damn,
Mo FaceTimers, man. While we were in there, so we got to see him, but we really couldn't talk because it was a little bit too loud in there, and I wasn't able to hit him back just because, like I said, I was hearing the stories and just enjoying the time. But it's all good, man. I already told Mo I'm pulling up this fall when he moves back.
Yeah, we're going to Indy too, man.
Yeah, going to Indy, doing all that stuff, man. So it's going to be a pleasure. But shout out to the bookworms, man, because y'all made this happen too. Shout out to everybody who pulled up the Ducos. Shout out to everybody who shows love and continues to write emails and leave comments and remind us that this space is needed and that it's appreciated and pushing us to be better, not just men, but better leaders, better podcasters, just better representation, for the people like us and the ones who are trying to just become better versions of themselves. We appreciate all y'all for that. And that's all I got. You got anything else, Lou?
Yep. If you've ordered your bookworm shirts, the first shipment went out today, so we'd be expecting those sometime this week. Take pictures of them. Send them to us, man. Send them to the page. We want to post those.
Hey.
So once you get your shirt, man, tag us, take a picture in it, take a picture of it, whatever you want to do, whatever you feel most comfortable with. We want to make that type of content as well. And keep ordering them too. Like we're going to do a second run. I'm going to get with Big Jeff to make sure everything's in place for that. But we're going to do a second run. The first one was successful. A lot of people pulled up and bought some at the pop-up shop, so they'll be getting theirs. I think they start shipping out later this week. Thank y'all. Continue to support. Continue to do the things. The numbers down there at the bottom. Try it this week, man. Maybe you'll get a phone.
Yes, please try that number, man.
Get a conversation. But yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all continue to support. And if you haven't bought a shirt, go buy a shirt. Click the link, bio. Did we put the link?
It's in our bio. The link. There's two links in another week in the books Instagram bio. One for the t-shirt, one for the crew neck. Obviously, it's summertime. Weather's getting nicer, so probably t-shirts are the option to go. But whatever you want, if you want to stock up for the winter, all of that,
get it
right there for you.
Get it, man.
And it's live, man. It's live. So that's pretty much it. We appreciate it, man. It was a pleasure. We'll be back next week with Chapter 60. Until then. Let's get better next week.
Peace.